relevant to be like, this is a team you're going to be going up against?
Yeah, not like it used to be. We know still under a cap system now. If you really want to get rid of a guy or get him out of your room or lose the money off of a contract, then sometimes beggars can't be choosers here. So if they had a taker in Vancouver, be it in your division, in the Western Conference, or otherwise, you just take the opportunity.
You know what stood out to me was we heard in the wake, as like soon as Florida won the cup, not long after, you heard rumors that the league was going to look into the NHL's LTIR or the Oilers' LTIR of Kane. Like they were rumors about that, which seems strange.
Yeah, no, there
That's
are
pretty rich.
reports.
Pretty rich.
And so,
Considering some of the other chicanery that's gone on the first time a
Do you
Canadian
think some
team
of this had anything to do with just unloading him this quickly?
No, I don't necessarily think it's related to that, though it's not impossible. But it's what did stand out to me is that you'd also heard some rumors that maybe Kane didn't want to sit out as long as he did, and he did a favor to the team, and maybe he was upset. But then immediately, the way the breakup happened, Kane posted this beautiful thing about love and respect for the organization and fans, and the organization, love and respect for Evander Kane. Like, whatever happened here, they ended up on really good terms somehow.
He had that ready to rock.
He did,
Hey?
yeah.
He was like, it was in the drafts.
He
Hit
wrote
send.
that and was waiting to fill in the team that he was going to.
Oh, he had it last March at the trade deadline.
Yeah.
And, hometown guy, going back there, wanted to go there. I believe he played for the Vancouver Giants, if I'm not
I
mistaken.
wonder if that's part of it.
Like,
if he was like part of the why he's happy with Edmonton is they sent him to Vancouver.
So, I don't know. I just think that for Vancouver, you're getting a legit NHL player. And he's had some injury issues. He's had some cleared room issues. We all know that story. But the side of me that I'll just never understand is bailing out the Oilers when they're clearly desperate to clear cap to kind of get some Connor McDavid help. I'm just surprised that they would just not ask for a bit of retention or anything like that. So maybe there's other teams bidding on him. So maybe
Oilers
that's
signed Kane for nothing, right? Out of a sort of previous
coming off of
contract.
was it the dispute with the
buyout? It was some sort
Sharks?
of bankruptcy.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a greasy
My point is they
situation.
turned that into a fourth and
Yeah.
No, there was a lot of controversy over bringing him in and his off-ice challenges over the years, and probably there was some pushback a little bit, but it kind of settled in. And at the end of the day, Edmonton just valued the type of player that he is, and on face value, you can't find too many Evander Kane type of players out there, and that's probably the number one thing that Jimmy Rutherford and Patrick Alvin looked at, is that where else am I going to find a player that can play like this despite the warts?
just better be a solid room, right?
Sure. Like our room.
Our room.
Solid.
But that's a huge part of it. If like Colorado's bringing him in, you understand it. Like he kind of kept it a little bit under wraps in Edmonton with that leadership group. It's just going there where it's just seems combustible.
It does
at
seem
best,
that way.
at worst.
All right, let's welcome in Jason Bukala from Pro Hockey, Sportsnet, of course, former NHL scout, presently in Los Angeles to get ready for Friday night's draft. Books, how are you, man? Thanks for joining us.
Doing great, Kipper. Thanks. Can I pipe off a bit about Kane? Do you
Please.
guys mind if I go there or what?
Buddy,
You're here to
it's
do
like
just
you're
that.
on. It's like you're hosting the show. You don't need permission. Just
Oh,
go.
sorry. All right. Well, listen. I know. I've seen you two in action behind the scenes. I got to stay in my lane. I know where I got to be.
No, not with that shirt you're wearing today.
I like that one. Nice.
Love it. All right, what's your first thought when you heard for a fourth round pick, Jimmy Rutherford took Evander Kane?
I'm not even looking at the pick value. I'm with Sammy here. Maybe you guys talked about it even before I came on. Why in the division or in the Western Conference make this deal? And I don't like Vancouver's dressing room as it is. Like, I really don't. And Evander Kane is a handful, fellas. He really is. Like, this guy's in Florida, piping off that he might take a helicopter to the rink. He's obviously had some financial difficulties away from the arena, and he's driving, Rolls Royces and all that. This is I know he's going home to Vancouver, and I know what the Canucks are trying to do here, add that level of a power forward into their group. But uh, when he becomes the alpha in the dressing room, I don't like that mix whatsoever. I I just don't get it, to be perfectly honest with you. That you eat all the money. Now you've got a situation where you got to hope that you're resetting the tone in your dressing room with a power guy. I get all the tangibles, but I just don't like it at all on the surface. I'm not a huge character fan of Evander Kane. I think he's a guy that you can insulate in a really strong room, and if you have a really good team. But when you're in transition, ugh, I'm not. I wouldn't have recommended it to Dale Talon if you put it on my plate back in the day.
Yeah, particularly when you're getting into your mid 30s out of a guy and maybe his numbers won't be as good and he'll be frustrated. We'll see how that works. So that, I guess, sort of tells us the Canucks plan to be good then. This is no rebuild. You think that they're a team that can turn it around next season?
I'm really curious, Borny, still to see what happens in the next couple of days here in Los Angeles. I think that the Pedersen thing to me is still floating around out there. There's so many. This team a year and a half ago, I thought they're tracking in such a positive direction. Like they were chasing culture for a long, long time, weren't they? They were going through coaches, they were going through different scenarios, and I still think now, after they had built that up and it went away, now they're going to try and reestablish culture. They make this deal, which is curious to me. But coming into the weekend here, I think that I'd be better positioned to answer that question after Friday night, because there's still a part of me that believes that Pedersen's no trade kicks in here next week. There's still a part of me that believes that those conversations are going on out there. Kipper would know better than me when it comes to these types of things, but I can tell you from being in these scenarios in the past that we would milk it right through the draft just to be sure that we haven't turned over every stone. I was thinking about it yesterday. I was talking to Sammy on my way out here, Sammy Cause, and it wouldn't surprise me. I'm not creating rumors, but I'm just saying it wouldn't surprise me if Vancouver would get on the horn with a team like Buffalo and say, will you take Pedersen and the 15th overall pick, and in return give us Paterka and Bowen, for an example. Like these are the types of things, and then you kind of reestablish your where they're going next week. So I don't have an answer for you directly. I think they're caught in transition. I don't know what they are right now quite yet.
You're watching and listening to Jason Buka, who is in Los Angeles getting ready for Sportsnet's NHL Draft Friday night. Books, so for our listeners at Sportsnet 650 in Vancouver, you've got uncertainty around Pedersen. You got uncertainty around Quinn Hughes. You got uncertainty with your goalie in Demko here. How important is it that Jimmy Rutherford and Patrick Allvin actually do something, including what you just mentioned with Buffalo, to at least let the fans know here that, we don't want you all hanging indefinitely here? Like, what do you tell the fans here in terms of who do they hang their hat on in this organization?
Yeah, tough one, isn't it? Obviously you want to hang your hat on Hughes for as long